And when you're ready, you can stand up, and we're going to start the exercises. You're going to stand up. We're going to do 7 gentle exercises. At no point today should you feel pain. If you do, you tell me, so we modify it. When we lie on our back, if you ever experience pain, you let me know. We change your position. So we start just with a hip width stance, soft knees. We stretch all the way over to the right, outer edge of the right heel, inner edge of the left, and we sink into these outer edges and we take a breath. We let it go. Then we're going to sway all the way to the left. So we're waking up the nerves in the feet, stretching the ankles. Take a breath. Let it go. And then back to the right. So initially this is just a grounding exercise. We ground it with breath, but we ground with feeling our feet on the earth, and then to the left. And this is as much for me as it is for you. I do the first one with you, and I'll come around for the other ones to make sure you're doing them right. Back to the right. Take a breath. Let it go. And back to the left. And then we're going right and left, just like we're skiing downhill, stretching those ankles. So we're going to go through these quickly. Most of us, if we're active, we walk or we run, you're probably going to get tense quick. So shake your feet. And you're just going to, with your feet under you, come up and down on the balls of your feet. So we're getting some tension in the calf, right? And if you're doing it at home and you want to go through these exercises quick, you could just do them quickly, rising up on the ball of your feet. And the next thing we're going to do, you keep doing this until you feel a 7 out of 10 in tension. But we're also going to sit back and squat, right? So if you want to incorporate both, you could sit and raise and sit and raise. When I'm sitting back, I'm sitting like I'm going to try to sit like on a toilet seat, and I don't want to touch it. So I'm just kind of hovering here, and all the weight's in the back. So much in the back, you don't want your knees coming forward. You're sitting back. It's all in your little booty. You're sitting back, pulsing, pulsing, pulsing. So we're toning our butt, we're working our hamstrings, and we're working our quads. And it's all to feel tension. More advanced people, you could also do it like this, where you're just up and down. You're just working the heel, up and down through the heel. But it's nice to just go up and down and to get it done all in one shot. And you should feel calves, quads, hamstrings, and glutes. And when you're done and you feel you have enough tension, you're going to shake that out. And if you haven't yet, just keep going, and then you're going to watch me. But you're again going all the way into that heel, firing back through the heel. And then the next one is all about surrender and breath. We're going to come up to stretch the inner upper thigh and the low back. So we're working our way up the body. So I take a wide stance, soft knees. Watch me first. I'm going to do 4 things. I'm going to hang like a rag doll and breathe for 3 breaths at center. Then we're going to walk over to the left knee for 3 breaths, over to the right knee for 3, back to center, palms face up, stretching through, 3 breaths. So hang forward. Relax that head, that neck, that jaw. Breathe in the nose. Drop it out the mouth. Again, breathe it in, drop it out. You're literally drinking up through the gray matter of the spine, and then dropping the breath, not rushing, and then walking over to the right, soft knee. Not about how far you can go. You're just letting it, gravity do the work. Bring it up and out. Inhale and exhale. 3rd one, no rush. Drop it out. And then walk your way over to the left knee. Soft knee, surrender. Relax that jaw. Breathe it in. Drop it out. Again, breathe it in. Drop it out. And again, in and out. And then come to center. Stretch through those open legs comfortably. Really pull that breath up the spine. Drop it all out. Pick it up, open in the low back, open in the upper inner thigh. And then one last one, all the way in and all the way out. We have 2 things left. You're going to roll all the way up slowly, making sure you're not dizzy. When you come to standing, we're going to do that same exact thing, center, left, right, center, but we're going to push with our soft knees. We're going to use our hands in fists or open palm to push those hips. And the upper body is just nice and relaxed. If you're advanced and you feel comfortable with going into bow, you can. But we're just pushing our hips forward to release that psoas and stretch those hips and breathe in and out. But I want everything to be felt in the hips here. It's all about pushing out and relaxing and releasing the hip flexors. Breathing it in and out. And after your 3rd out breath, you're going to take the right hand on the right hip, and like handlebars on a bike, you're going to really push that right hip, and you're going to twist and look over the left heel and push through that right hip and breathe. 3 breaths. The right side of the body, the right hip, is where we hold all of our financial worries. We feel really frustrated about the future. It's that masculine energy. It's the energy. Just pay attention to the right side. This is where you hold pain. There's a lot of anger on this side. And after the 3rd breath there, at your own pace, you're going to twist and turn. Take that left hip, rotate, look over the right heel. Really push through this left hip. Feel the hip flexor, bring in the breath. Really push it out, exhale. This left side's about relationships. It's where we hold our grief. It's our emotional energy. It's the feminine energy, that moon energy. We hold sadness. It's our link to the past. It's that ancestral river to the past. So listening to the body here on the left. And then coming back to center. Pushing those hips really well grounded, really fully centered. Breathe in all that good energy. Blow out everything. Let it go. Again, breathe in, nice centered energy. Push it all out, all the stagnant stuff. Let it go. Last big breath of the day. Breathe it in. Blow it out. Then back to standing. The last exercise you're all going to love. You're going to come onto the wall for a wall sit. So our toes are really well out in front of us. I want you to see your toes right at your shoulders, hip width apart. And you're just going to hang here. Your feet, if you have socks on, take your socks off. And you're hanging here, but it's not about being at the gym and all contracted like an Army cadet. You're sitting on the wall in surrender. I want you to feel the soles of your feet on the earth. And I want you to imagine all your weight is in the soles of your feet. I want you to relax the rest of the body. I want you to hang there. And I want you to allow that energy from below you. I want you to imagine that red energy, right? And I want you to imagine like rooted into the earth, pushing. When we're contracted like this, our psoas is contracted, our earth star below us and our crown are compressed. We want to imagine having roots and stretch from the soles of our feet, our energy downward. When you breathe in, feel up the soles of your feet. You can feel a little subtle energy. You can feel that energy coming into your legs. And what we want to ignite is a little twitch, a little, put your feet just a little bit more right here, like straight parallel, a little bit out. You too, a little more parallel. It seems minor. And your feet out more where you're really seeing really your kids a little bit more out. Hip width apart. And we're going to hang here a little bit. When I put time on it, it freaks everybody out, right? Because the ego's like, oh, what are we doing? So while I have you captive, I'm going to tell you a little bit. TRE. So Dr. David Berselli, the Italian body worker, social worker who created this technique. It was originally created for masses of people, large groups, to go into bombed areas, war-torn areas, areas that had been devastated by natural disasters. We would go and resurrect these communities and help them to rebuild, because our nervous systems are shot after trauma. So obviously we have trauma, all of us, whether it's soft or hard, right? Whether it's 9/11, it's a hard trauma, we know the time and the date it occurred. Or we have soft trauma, which is developmental stuff. We hear our parents fighting. We've been bullied. Might have had an eating disorder. Developmentally, these things that happen to us, abuse over time. And we push it and we repress it. And that's the worst kind, because it's not a cognitive thing. It's very unconscious. Either one of them, though, hard or soft, they live in the body, and they live in the reptilian part of the brain, right here at the nape of the neck. What happens is it comes and it infiltrates, and it gets stuck there, and it exists as though it's separate. It's always occurring in real time. That memory never gets interwoven into the brain, into the hippocampus. So we're always in this threat. We're always on alarm. And when we're in threat, we do what? We contract. In modern society, we're always like this. We don't even realize it. If this hurts you and if you're ready to come up 2 inches. So get to 50% and come up 2 inches. Who's not shaking yet? Because I have to come sit on you if you're not shaking. All right, so bottom line is, what he noticed is he's in a building. Say we're in a building with all these people, and we have little kids with us. The building's getting bombed. Everybody's in this fetal position. The kids are shaking, but the adults don't. They don't shake. So he says to all these dignitaries, now, did you guys shake? And they're like, no. He said, why? Because we didn't want to let the kids know how afraid we were. So we constantly repress and stop the cycle. And animals do it the opposite, right? Animals in the wild, when they fight or flee and get away, they use up their adrenaline. But if they freeze and feign death, when a tiger gets preoccupied and they find safety, what do? They shake naturally back into homeostasis. And that's what we're doing here. We're going to teach you guys how to shake naturally in a controlled, safe setting, recalibrating the body. And here's the key, though. Less is more. You know, don't think I'm coming here, I'm going to get my money's worth. And I want to shake hard. Shaking too much can overstimulate an already overwhelmed nervous system. So less is more. And I'll come around and make sure we're doing less, right? Less is more. All right. Come on all the way up. Hang forward. Relax. Put the weight a little bit into the front of the feet. And breathe. Just relax and breathe. And I want you to notice, are you shaking? And if you're shaking, allow it. Just breathe. Let go. Release. We're usually here 1 minute. Relax that jaw. And then you're slowly going to unwind, coming all the way back up. And when you get all the way back up to standing, you're going to shake your legs. And I'm just going to demonstrate for you guys that are new what we're doing when we come down to the floor. You're putting your soles of your feet together in a butterfly. We're lying on our back. Your heels are all the way up in your groin. Your arms have a little space, and we take 3 breaths. After the 3rd breath, we lift our hips for 1 minute to fully tense the rest of the body. At this point, if your body wants to sway or rock, let it happen. Don't contract. After 1 minute, we release our hips. We move our heels about 2 inches away from the groin, make a little space. 3 breaths again, just to relax. Then we're going to lift our knees 2 inches. And we're going to hang there for 2 minutes. And then I'll have you lift your knees 2 more inches for 2 minutes. And then we'll lift again 2 inches. After 2 minutes of the third lift, we'll then put our feet flat on the earth and let the tremor go from the legs into the spine, into the central nervous system. And we'll hang there for a little bit of time. At any point, you can stretch your feet all the way out and stop the tremor. But if you want to stop it completely, you'll pull your feet all the way back to your nose, and it'll stop everything. You can roll to your side, you can get a drink. You're in control of this whole process. You could get a fit of the giggles, you laugh. You might want to cry, you cry. Hopefully you get to the point where you feel comfortable enough. So feet in that butterfly. For you, Patty, we're going to adjust you. I'll come over. But feet into the butterfly, 3 breaths here. Nice grounding breaths. Plugging the spine into the earth like an avatar. This whole process is about allowance. It's about letting go. Paying attention. When your mind says, I'm bored, right there, that's your trigger. When you want to run out of the room, when your mind wants to tell you you got to go shop and do whatever, come back to your breath. After the third breath, you're going to lift your hips up off the ground. And we're going to hold this lifted position. So lift up your hips. Yep, if you can. Up. It's not about how high you can go, but it's just to get more tension through the whole body. Relax that upper body. So 1 minute here with the lift. Pay attention. Your body might want to rock. It might want to pulse. For those of you who are my regulars, you listen to your body. Once you find a little rhythm, right, you pass your point of resistance, you can lower your hips. But for those of you that are new, I want you to get to the point where you feel a little bit of natural movement. Whatever that is, allow it. And then after the third, well, I was going to say third breath, which you really don't do. After a minute here, you're going to lower your hips all the way down. Keep those legs, the knees open, and move your heels 2 inches toward me. Make a little space from your groin. Push your heels toward me, and take 3 breaths. In the nose, out the mouth. Surrendering in, again, bringing that red color. Plugging into the earth. I am here. All is well. I am safe. Surrounded by love. The earth supports me, feeds me, right? Takes away all the negativity, feeds me with negative ions. Now with your feet in that electrical loop right there, the pads, the soles touching. I want you to squeeze the soles together. Lift the knees, just the knees, butts on the ground. 2 inches. Lift your knees 2 inches off the floor. And I just want you to notice what comes up. Go right like that. Okay? All right, stay right there. This room's hot. You're right in here, the rest of them hot. I don't get air in this room. I'll start fanning into here. All right, so you got a little something going, anybody here in this first position? You're identifying here, if you can, with your attention in the soles of your feet, in the legs, in the groin, red, that red earth energy. Imagine you're soaked in red, that energy, that physical energy, the energy of the tribe, of belonging. Right? This is the energy of trust. This is the energy of, are my needs met, right? We have 4 needs. We all want to belong. We all want to connect. We all want to be seen. We all want to be heard. Right? How am I doing that in my life? Right now, the only thing you need to do is connect. Right here, right now, plugging into the earth. Connected together with one another. In vulnerability, in shared experience, right? All the same people. Status doesn't matter, money doesn't matter, ethnicity, religion, nothing matters. Right? We're just vibrational beings. What's happening? You're shaking. Expel all the negative stuff. Right now, red energy is all you really want to drink in. You're not worried about some big thought process. Right here, right now, rise and fall of the breath. Bringing in that red energy, bringing in the energy of earth. Patty, you're staying right where you are, but you're bringing in an orange color. You can see orange, see it. If you can't see orange, I want you to feel it. Beautiful setting sun, orange, ball of fire, setting in the sky. I want you to imagine that energy 2 inches, well, let's go 4 inches, no, 2 inches below the belly button, right in that sacral chakra, right? I want you to feel. Notice, texture, sensation. It's that energy for the women. It's the energy of the womb, right? The creative energy. It's all for men and women, our creative energy, our intuitive nature, our area of sensuality. Right? When we were 7 years old, the sense of freedom, sense of aliveness, uninhibited, riding our bike, on the beach, barefoot, no rules, right? The world isn't giving us our shoulds and our musts. I want you to feel the belly. I want that rise on the in-breath, the belly expands. You okay with it? Yeah. All right. Get vibration? You good with it? All right, we're bringing that orange. James, how you doing? You got vibration? You're good? Good? All right. You're staying in that orange. And again, you could zone me out and just stay in your own, but I want you to be present. I don't want you to totally zone out where your eyes are always closed and you're in la la land and dissociated. If you feel like you're traveling and you're not here, I want you to open your eyes. I want you to look at the ceiling. Look at 3 things in this room. I want you present. This is an activity. We don't have to be all woo-woo and zen. You can be watching TV. We can be laughing and talking in the family room. You can do this anywhere, anytime. And distraction is good. It gets you out of your busy mind of the left brain. And it lets your body do its thing. Let the body work for you. Let the body express and speak. So how are we doing in this room? Me and Marie, you got a nice rhythm. Jim, you're good. You got
Well, I've actually done a similar exercise this years ago.
Yeah.
And it just, when I get to a certain point, so it starts to get really sore in this area.
Then you pull up, either pull it up tighter or put your feet flat on the earth.
Okay.
And when it's sore, right, you adjust. And at any time, you can take a break. So at any of you, at any time, you can flat back out into that full butterfly and take a little pause, take a little break. You got a little rhythm. You good, Christine? Yeah, you good, right? So Jenny, come back into this room, present, right? Those shoulders relaxed. In, feeling my body, right? I'm in my belly. I'm aware. I'm connected. Connected to that energy. Connected to that emotional energy of the belly, right? This is The physical energy, we were in the root. Now we're in that emotional energy. It's where all of our emotions are stored. Everything that's been done, written, occurred in our life, recorded right there in the belly. When you're ready, you're going to squeeze up 2 more inches in your third lift. Your thighs are getting closer. There's a little more magnetism in the body. There's a little more energization. And this yellow area, right, up 4 inches above the belly button, it's our mental body, right? The third chakra. Right there in the solar plexus is where the ego lives. This is where fear, control, worry, right? The mind's always churning, and it makes us tense and tight right there under the heart because we think we have to control it all. Right? We're not surrendered fully into the heart and trusting and open and receptive, not opening the throat yet and speaking our truth. Some of us stay trapped. We're like bottlenecked there. The kink is in the hose there at the third chakra. So I want you to just breathe. Breathe in, let the belly rise, drink in yellow. Yellow, that energy, that is the beautiful color of the rainbow that helps to harmonize this area, right? That note on the C scale, right? The root is C, the belly is D, here we have E. So I just want you to breathe and stay here in the yellow. Drink it in and imagine a 12 o'clock sun. I want it penetrating right from above you. Allow it to enter into the solar plexus, burning in and through the front side of the body. Drink it in and blow out through the back side of the body. All of the darker energy, the stagnant stuff, your fear, your control, your distrust. Let it go. Let it down. And again, listening to the body. Let the body do what it needs. If your hands feel like they have to twitch, give it a little energy. Let it happen. If your feet need to lift off the ground, let it happen. Play a little bit. Don't just wait. Use your breath. Bring the breath in. Allow it to assist the vibration. Grind your hips a little bit. Do a Kegel. Lift your little bit of your lower abdominals up and down. Feel the earth under you. Don't be afraid to play. And again, if you feel pain, you let me know. And for those of you who have a nice vibration going and you're okay with it, we're going to start, I would say for you, Carla, squeeze up a little tighter. Squeeze those knees a little closer. You all right with that? You feeling it getting heavier? You're all right with it? And the closer you bring it up, higher, you're going to intensify it. You all right? Okay. You have a little vibration down here?
Yeah.
You go with it?
Yeah.
And then emotions could come. If they do, you let it happen. If you're comfortable. If you're not, you let it go. You rest. How you doing, Chris? You all right? So listen to your body. Less is more. So for whomever is new and you want to take a complete break, you can just stretch your legs all the way out if you want, or you could just open them in that butterfly. And just take a 1-minute pause. The healing occurs in the savasana, right in these pauses. So we're dredging up the sand at the water's edge. We're making that water murky. And then the sand has to settle. And it recalibrates and reconfigures. So you're moving the energy in your body very subtly, but very powerfully. When you pause and rest, you integrate the work you just did. More frequent pauses is much more powerful than going hard and thinking you just got to shake hard. So you shake, you pause. And after a nice integration, when you come back again, it'll be even more powerful. So pay attention to the ego when the ego wants to go hard. For those of you that have been doing it regularly, I want you to hit that little edge of when you're feeling like, I'm going to go hard here and I'm shaking good, and I want you to ease off and I want you to rest. And that's what we're doing. It's a process called titration. We're going from sympathetic arousal to parasympathetic. Sympathetic, parasympathetic. We're learning about self-regulation, right? Toning the vagus nerve. So that when you're in the total chaotic storm, you're so regulated, you're on your wobble board, nobody can throw you totally off your game. You accept what comes, you're resilient, and that's because your nervous system is being retrained. It only takes 4 times to do this to really understand the repatterning, and your body knows exactly what to do. You don't need these exercises. You'll shake just fine after a walk, or even lying on the floor right before bed. Put your feet in this butterfly. Shake for 5-10 minutes before you go to bed. And blow off your steam like a pressure cooker. So for those of you that took a break, you're ready to come back. Those of you that are still on shaking, we're going to roll the feet, the soles of the feet, flat on the earth. And you're just going to allow the tremor to re-situate. All right, so we're in that flat-footed position. All right, so for those of you that have your feet flat-footed, the tremor should resituate, or it should start up again. Has it? Yes? How about for you? You got it? How about you? No? All right, so what I want you to do, you okay with this whole process? Sure? Feeling okay? You want to take a rest? Listen to yourself. Don't overdo it. You just rest and let go. You feel it? Okay. Just right there. For what I want you to do, for those of you that are flat-footed and in this final position, we're not going much longer, but I want you to invite emerald green. I want you to imagine that you're lying in a bed of green grass. And like a plant receiving chlorophyll, I want you to absorb and drink in the chlorophyll, the green grass from the soles of your feet, up your legs, up your spine. I want you to drink it in. Absorb the healing energy of green. It's a very healing color, tone, at a cellular level. This green is absorbed into the heart, into the blood, into the lungs, into your bones. And when you're in that heart space, I want you to invite the words, I love you, to yourself, bringing in that energy, that unconditional energy, the energy of forgiveness, of love, of self-approval. Just feel that heart. Coming to this point right here and right now, acknowledging what has been, and I accept right now, surrender, present in this moment, in this point of receptivity, with an open heart, an allowance. Most importantly, an allowance to receive. To receive what it is I need. We can't give, and drain without filling first. So we fill with this green energy. I want you to literally feel that green come out from your heart, stretch out under your lymph nodes, under your arm, down your arms, saturating the palms of your hands, filling with green. Your hands, those chakras, right there in the palms, powerful portals of healing. I want you to place those hands anywhere you need additional love and support in your body. Place it upon the heart, the belly, where you have injury. You might want to put it over the forehead and then the nape of the neck, just supporting and cradling. Wherever you want to place that extra green. And just absorb and fill. Take that green light and create that pink light that we started the day, the evening. Back to your intention, what it is you'd like to receive. Those palms, the pads of the hands are so fully drenched in that pink light. I want you to drink it in. I want you to absorb it. I want you to envelop your body in pink light. That beautiful egg around you. It allows love in. And it allows love out, but it protects your energy. That pink glow, you can use it anytime, anywhere. It doesn't create that coldness that white light does. Pink is soft. It's unconditional love. And I want you to, again, share it. Share that pink light with the person next to you in the room. Keep stretching that pink energy, enveloping this space. Flooding it in pink light. And then I want you to bring in a blue, sky blue, California blue sky. Bring that energy up to the throat. Encircle the throat with a beautiful blue, pale blue. Now I want you to stay there and just notice the energy in the front of the throat, the nape of the neck, the left, the right, your tongue, your mouth. The throat is the element of truth. Right? The heart about forgiveness, about love, acceptance, receptivity, opening to the flow of give and receive. When our heart is open, we can speak from an open throat. We can speak truth. When we speak truth, everything changes in our life. Everything. Speaking my truth with harm to none from an open heart because I know what it is I need. In terms of belonging and connecting and being seen and being heard. Not speaking gossip. Not speaking white lies. All that stuff registers and it lives in that in our body, in our inner being knows it. We're always striving to be connected in our highest best. Speaking from a really open heart, wanting to help one another, to serve. When we speak our truth, we absolve everything from the body. All the lower chakras, all that junk It gets resolved when we get in touch with our why. So I want us to breathe in deeply, nice big breath. And I want to hear, ah. Right? I don't want you to hold back. Nobody cares. Nobody can hear you. So breathe in and let it go from your body. Ah. That's it. I want to hear it again. Big breath in. Stretch it long and through the body. Go ahead. Ah. The next three are going to be V-O-O-VOO. And not just from your vocal cords. I want you to feel it through your body. So breathe in a nice natural breath. And a nice natural exhale, long, slow. When you're ready, take another normal in breath and let it go. Another one, breathe it in. Let me hear it. Okay, returning the normal breath. Last 2 minutes. Just notice what happens when time gets attached. When you come up into that third eye, that deep dark blue midnight sky. And I want you to just keep that gaze upward. I want you to just connect to that energy of your higher self, that highest wisdom. Deep dark blue. It's intimately connected to the belly. That orange energy right there, 2 inches below the belly line. When you breathe in, I want you to breathe in and imagine the orange energy is coming up the spine, around the crown. When you breathe out, that deep dark blue floods down through the third eye, through the throat, back down the front, back into the belly. And a circular breath around the corner. Come down through the groin and back up in the orange. Drink it in and up. Like a straw. Suck it up the spine. Through the nape of the neck. On the crown. And then let that energy of deep dark blue flood back through the face. Down through the body. Into the belly. Right? The intimacy. The belly stores all of our emotions. All of our knowing. All of our wisdom. We don't need any books. We don't need any theories. We need to be in peace and quiet and stillness and activate the inner knowing in the belly. You know it all. You'll receive from the third eye in the calm surrender what it is you need to pursue and learn more about, or your next step. But only when the belly is soft and present and connected and the mind rests in the belly. And that safe knowing I'm okay. And you activate and you bring that energy up the spine and you drink it in and up. And you can invite a nice ujjayi breath, like a You could breathe it from the throat. Breathe in, drink it up the spine, blow it around the crown and out through open, soft lips. So you're pulling it up. Really drinking it up. You feel the expansion, the chest opens, the diaphragm gets busted open. We breathe so shallowly. When we're so shallow, we're breathing from our neck, we're breathing from our chest. That's why we have TMJ. That's why we have headaches and neck aches and all kinds of shoulder pains. We want to breathe from the belly. We want to breathe it in through the diaphragm, up into the chest, open, bust it open, and then reverse it back down. And imagine connecting belly, up the spine, around, back down to the belly. You are one unified, integrated organism. All systems connected, nothing separate. Your shoulder pain is not your shoulder. We track that back to where it starts. Energy, very tricky. The pain is beautiful thing. It's our indicator. It's our indicator to surrender and to soften, to go within. And then we're opening up to the crown, beautiful violet color, up in the crown. I want you to imagine your crown to open like a big funnel. Really stretch it wide. Open that energy. And I want you to imagine that crown opening outward. Stretch it. Stretch the energy from the crown beyond, as though you don't even have a scalp, no skin. And I want you to bring the energy from above, the beautiful violet color, into the crown. At this point, you can either stop, stretch out, relax, or my diehards, if you want to just finish out a minute or two, you can. But I want you to invite that celestial energy for you to open to the universe, to that flow, to be connected to everything, to all, to source energy, aware that we are always open from the crown and always connected in and through to the core of the earth. Our little being, this little container, is just hanging in balance between the sky and the earth. Nothing. Surrendered. And I want you to invite and ask for that which you need from that source, from that divine intelligence, whomever, whatever that is for you. It could be God. It could be the archangels, like Archangel Metatron, Archangel Michael, our protector. The Archangel Sandalphon, the protector of our earth energy, right? Could be the Blessed Mother, could be Jesus Christ, could be Paramahansa Yogananda, could be Amma Shri Karunamai, any of the gurus, any of the saints, Buddha, whomever. It could be the spaghetti monster in the sky. Whoever it is that you line up with, that you defer to, just acknowledging that you are a part of something greater, that you are a co-creator, connected, magnetic, powerful, magnificent, innovative, pure, divine, connected. White light, kind of closing it down, the crown, all the way down, washing that white light in from the crown, into the third eye, down into the throat, into the heart, into the solar plexus, into the belly, the sacral, into the root, down the legs, out the soles of the feet, completely washed. Purified, neutralize, harmonize from the crown all the way down below the feet. Surrender. I want you just to lie here, recalibrate, absorb. Notice how the body settles. I'm going to come around with the oil, and then we're going to start sound. After you receive oil, for those of you with your head facing away from the gong, it would be a good time after you get your oil to just turn around with your head facing the gong so that the energy that is received from the head, then it drains out through the feet. you're not getting oxytocin, dopamine, get the serotonin, and it is, as if you're reversing the cycle, you're changing that transcortical loop, and you're bringing the body naturally, chemically free, into its natural state. And you're all happy. I'm going to send you now aftercare. You're going to get your aftercare. I send you the tape. And you don't even have to say I got it. Right when you come from like leaving yourself. You know, just I got your time. You don't need anything exercises. Lie down, shake your feet. You have to run, walk, do anything. Everything is routine. We'll take care of the pain. You guys can all flip if you want. If you want your hands closer, you'll receive more from the gong. And I'm going to incorporate some tuning forks at the end, a little personal tuning. While you're laying here, I'm going to just do a little read on everybody's body. Just see where we're blocked at this point. Nobody should be blocked. Janie, you look exhausted over here. You're at peace, right? You know what you did. You're good. You got this. Now you have your tool to get us through, right? I got so much happening right now. If I didn't have what I had, or have, I'd be jumping off the bridge. Nah, I won't be jumping off the bridge. Of yourselves because you'll see a drastic difference in your face. What are you doing over here? Settle in, receive the sound of the gong. How you doing? Yeah. Sure. How you doing?